Hi there. This video is to showcase our new functionality for our Better Breakfast websites and how they can benefit a website owner who wants to get more direct bookings from their website in 2024 and beyond. So looking at the header area, it looks pretty straightforward, nothing massively of difference there. Apart from it's very nice to have a nice call to action in the header. So nice bright book direct area is great. Um, so it's only sort of, it's quite nice to have your rooms as a carousel. So if you've got plenty of rooms and you want to showcase them, having them on the homepage is a lovely touch. But that's not really so much the benefits that are the difference. It comes a bit further down the page. So it's called the Why Choose Us, and essentially what these are is a collection of landing pages that really showcase your bed and breakfast most sort of selling features, niches. It can also be the area niches as well. So, what's special about your area? Why are people coming to your area? And then also, why would they choose your B&B? So, in this instance, we're looking at outdoor space. So it's nice to mention that the breakfasts, about, dietary requirements, what makes them special, um, they're ideally located, green credentials, quite nice to mention, all about the rooms and about, what makes their rooms so lovely, who their target audience is. So, but lots of B&Bs, if you're ideal for walkers and cyclists, etc., um, having a landing page based on that is really useful because that is one thing that people will tend to Google, but especially if you provide things like a drying room and things like that, it's really ideal to have a little landing page that showcases that. All about dark skies accommodation, etc., etc. You can see there's tons and tons of actual landing pages just about their selling features, and they've got the same idea here with the local area. So places to eat, about their local village, high octane activities, top things to see and do, etc., etc., etc. And then having a lovely section on your reviews as well is great. But let's go and have a look at one of the landing pages. So I'll tell you why it makes it so important. Having a landing page about one of your niches or the area niches selling points allows you to then have that page optimized for search engines such as Google. Whereas if you only have like a one page and it covers all the area information in one, which is the typical and the old way of doing things, of course you can only include very limited information in the actual search snippet, which is what Google and other search engines use. So when you do a search on Google and you see the results and you see there's a little title and then a little tiny paragraph for each of the search results, those are the Google search snippets. So when you're trying to optimize an area page, you can't possibly mention the tons of things that are available to see and do in the area, whereas you can if you've got individual pages that are all supporting that area page, if you know what I mean. So it's much easier to actually see it in terms of, if I go back again to let's see, dark skies accommodation. Imagine you decided to look for Snowdonia dark skies accommodation. You can see that our page title is exactly that. In the behind the scenes, the search engine snippet will all be about dark skies accommodation in Snowdonia, and the description will also reflect that. So then, if you look at the actual about page that we have about why choose this accommodation, all of those landing pages are then embedded in one long page so that people can see everything as if it was one long page, but individually, those individual landing pages have been optimized, which means that the overview page is just for information services for people looking to book. It doesn't have to do the massive job of trying to cover the millions of things that you might have to discuss. So what's great about having it on one long page where the full content is shown is that people on mobile phones, of which likely half of your guests, well, your site visitors are going to be on a mobile, they can scroll nicely all that page and see all your main selling features in one handy area. Likewise, for the area page, all the key selling features of the area are again in one handy page like so. So that's one essential part that makes such a difference. If we go back to the home page, we showed you the rooms as well. So if we click on an individual room, you can see it's got its own little page and it's like it's nice gallery area, and then see also and links through to the other rooms. But what that allows us to do is optimize for the type of room. Whereas if you have just our rooms overview page, you wouldn't be able to do that. Whereas look at this, this is a king size first floor ensuite room with amazing views, etc. So we can optimize that page for king size bed, ensuite room with amazing views in Snowdonia, which is fantastic because anyone looking specifically for a king size room, which and specifically ensuite, they're going this page has a great chance for coming up. But if we click on the Our Rooms page, all the pages are again embedded into one page, which is fabulous because someone on a mobile phone or on a desktop, they can see all the pages, sorry, all the rooms at a glance, but equally from the home page, they can click into that room from the carousel. And for search engines, they get that individual room information specifically targeting what that room offers, which is amazing. So that's one of the key reasons why having it like this is so much better than in the old days when you'd have had perhaps this layout, but they weren't individual rooms pages. You just had this one long page that had to that was it for search engines. Whereas these guys have got, I think, 7 rooms. So you've got 7 rooms, individual pages, plus the Our Rooms overview page for search engines to look at, which, as you can imagine, you've got then 8 times the opportunity for a page to be returned as a search result. When we look at the reviews page, again, you can see all the reviews added in one area. But if we click on one of the reviews, it's its own individual page. And the beauty of that is, again, search engines. Search engines love fresh content, and having reviews added frequently is an easy way for you to add fresh content. So having that is just ideal. I'm also going to show you another thing on another website that we're currently working on, where it's a self-catering website, but same rule applies. If we scroll to the bottom, you've got a photo blog area. And if we click on one of the pictures, again, it's its individual page. So we include all that functionality where you can add fresh content really, really easily and in under 1 minute to add a review or a photo blog. But Google and other search engines will look at that and be like, excellent, these guys have added fresh content. Well, I'm going to come back and crawl them in a week's time. And if you have added another blog post or a review in 3 days, then they're going to come back and say, oh, they've actually added it more frequently. I'll come back every 3 days. Whereas if you only update your website twice a year, which let me tell you is not uncommon with accommodation owners, search engines will maybe visit your site 3 times a year. If you update your website once a month, they will come to your website more than once a month to check you out. And therefore, you've got that opportunity to get found for the new content you've provided. So having loads and loads of landing pages, loads of reviews that are individual pages, loads of photo blogs or other blog posts, you are going to get found by search engines so much more than if you only have 5 or 6 basic website pages. It cannot be stressed enough what a difference this makes of having that sort of benefit. What's really lovely on for bed and breakfast owners particularly is if I go back to the B&B site, having call to actions that are on every page as well. So this is a really nice example. Having this book direct for best prices, having that shown at the bottom. You've also got it in the header in the book direct for best prices, etc., etc. Then having a sign up area where people could sign up to your newsletter, such as MailChimp, cannot be stressed highly enough how useful having e-marketing as one of your tools for marketing. if you had, say, 300 people on your mailing list, and 3 times a year or 4 times a year you sent out a little newsletter saying, um, what's new in the area, what's happened in the, any changes to the B&B, you will get bookings as a result of that. So, you can put all your past guests on your mailing list. Using something like MailChimp will allow you to send out to 300 people or 500 people without blacklisting your own IP, which if you try and send out from your own email address via your email provider is a big no-no. You just can't do that these days. It will be detrimental to your IP. So all these things are great tools for you to make the most of, and you will see huge benefits in doing so. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll be happy to provide you with either a video answer or a tutorial on how to do something. That's it from me. Bye for now.